Welcome to Ancestral Wisdom, where the wisdom of the past guides our future. Today, I'll be talking about the final rune in the sequence, Othala. It's a bit chilly tonight, and everyone else is asleep, so hopefully if I turn the mic all the way up and speak relatively quietly, I'll be audible. So, Othala. I wrote some notes so I don't forget what I have to say, as always, and that is the rune that we're going to be working with today. And I'm going to tell you what Othala means, why it's important, and how you can use Othala to make your life better through meditation or magical practice. So, Othala is related to a word that is used in modern Norwegian and even in modern English, the Othal lands. And what that means is most people don't own their own land. You might think you own your own land, but you're really renting your land from the government. Whatever government you are renting from, it doesn't matter. But if you pay taxes on your land, or even if you don't, if your government retains the right to take your land if they need it, you'd be surprised how often that's the case, that they have that power. Then it's not your land. All the lands are lands that you and your family and your clan own. And that's still something that's a phenomenon in Norway and some other parts of the world. But it's more than just owning. The word owning doesn't really do it justice. Othal lands and property are not just material, but they're spiritual. You own them in the same way that you own your body. It's part of you. It's inseparable from you. You don't own, in the regular sense, your ancestors or the gifts that your ancestors have bestowed upon you, and in the same way you don't really own your Othal lands. It's an intimate material and spiritual and some sort of blend between the two. Connection between the human and the natural world that human family or clan has taken possession of through living in that place, through burying the family members in that ground, through the development of pagan rites and traditions that are deeply connected with that particular land. And so the imprint of the ancestors is on that land. That tree that you see when you walk through the forest was seen by countless generations before. And how many important things happened in sight of that tree. The psychic impressions of generations make that land something that's alive with the energy of the family and the clan. And that's what Othala means. Because of the connection to the land and the reference to the ancestors, Othala, the rune, can also be used to conjure the ancestors as well. And it's very closely related to the virtuous deeds that the ancestors have done, that they've passed on to us, possibly imprinted into our genetic code. The Norwegian form of karma, of past deeds, our own past deeds and our ancestors' past deeds, bringing us a sort of magical power that can be often misinterpreted as luck. All of that is part of this rune. It's the family, it's the clan, it's the ancestors, it's the material and spiritual, and the union of material and spiritual. And so how can you use this rune to make your life better? Well, first, in this sanctuary of the self, you can use this rune to root yourself in eternity and remember that an egocentric life is an empty life. You cultivate your own personal self only because there were many who came before you, who paved a path for you, and who made it so that you had the opportunity to carve your own personal way in the world. And it would be an injustice to them not to root yourself in eternity, looking back to the unbroken chain and looking forward, making damn sure that chain remains unbroken. You can use this rune in meditation or magical practice to tap into the ancestral wisdom which lies within your blood and your genes, which might be latent now, but can be ignited. Always beneath the ashes are embers, ready to ignite the fires of tradition and culture within you. It can be used to cultivate order, clanic order, family order, as an appeal to the tribe to come together and to make sure that they're working in harmony with each other. If your family is fractured, you can invoke the wisdom of this rune to try to repair what can be repaired, and then perhaps even to cut off the cancer of what cannot be repaired to keep your family strong. Because the individuals are not as important as the family and the clan. So, Othala, use it to make your life better by rooting yourself in the eternity of your ancestors and of future generations of your clan. And hopefully, even though the modern world might not allow, hopefully you can find a place that you can carve out a niche in. Perhaps it's a location that that the voices of your ancestors fill with their life and vitality, perhaps it's not, and you'll have to fill that place with your life and your vitality so that future generations can hear your voice echoing in the wilderness. But do it. It's important to do it. Heus theresas ansus raidokenas Gebo anjohadalas naudis isagera Uvas perthroelgas so ilotiwan berkano ewomanas lacus invas de